Professor!
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 Hi!
We just lost a legendary, well-respected name in the animation industry. Tom Kane has passed away. He had an impressively long history on TV, but his most popular role cemented himself as one of the greats. You may recognize him as Yoda from the Clone Wars and Mr. Herriman from Foster's Home. Most notably though, Tom brought all his talents to the Powerpuff Girls. While he played a ton of side characters, Professor Utonium and him were the most iconic. These performances ooze with nostalgia.
Like I mentioned earlier, when I was younger, I was a terrible brat who had no interest in education, let alone science. But one day my life was saved by these three perfect little girls. And from then on, I was obsessed with who they were and where they came from.
I hear this and think of my classic childhood days relaxing with the early era of Cartoon Network. Tom constantly gave it his all, breathing fresh life into these faces and making them feel real. Now with his passing, everyone's celebrating his beautiful legacy. One of the most bittersweet responses comes from Craig McCracken, creator of Foster's Home and Powerpuff Girls. He shared a heartwarming tribute on Instagram. Thank you, Tom. Your warmth, heart, and humor resonated through your astounding voice and brought so much joy to so many lives, especially mine. Love to you and your family, my friends. Craig also revealed the bittersweet behind-the-scenes story of how Tom entered his life and what that means to him. Just get some tissues ready. 29 years ago, a super tall guy who bore an uncanny resemblance to the scientist drawn on the edition page walked into the Hanna-Barbera recording booth and blew me away with his booming, warm, friendly voice. Not only was he one of the smoothest narrators I'd ever heard, but he was also incredibly funny. When I asked if he knew the Blue Meanies, he proceeded to freak out everyone in the room, and I knew then that Tom Kane was unique talent I was excited to collaborate with. A collaboration that continued for 12 seasons of cartoons, which included his intimidating performance as a staunch, gentleman rabbit, Mr. Herriman. I grew up without a dad, so it was important to me that the girls had the best one I could give them, and that was Tom. I always saw the girls as body, mind, and spirit, but it was Professor who was the heart of the family, a role that Tom played in the booth and in real life. His home was filled with a big family of kids and a menagerie of animals. He was, without exaggeration, one of the most generous and loving people I have ever met. I am eternally grateful to be able to have had his voice and heart speak for my characters, and through them his spirit endures. Thank you, Tom. Rest in peace. Tom Kane was a voice of our childhoods, a reminder of how much love and energy is poured into the medium of animation. These voice actors always deserve so much respect. Thanks for everything, Tom. Rest in peace.